Okay, this is the last video for the CMMS software itself. In the future, we will have more videos on the server. But for right now, this will conclude the CMMS. We're going to do this one a little backwards. And there's a reason for that, and you'll figure it out as we go. First of all, we have an error log button here. Now, we're not going to password protect it. However, we ask that you never hit the clear error log unless we tell you to. If there's any errors, this is the first place we look to try and correct any issues. Hopefully we never have any. So I'm going to close the error log. And going backwards, click this button. You can't see it out on the shop floor, but there is a remote screen. As you can see, the meeting today for all employees in the conference room at 1 p.m. is scrolling across. I bring that to your attention because we're going to change that, and I'm going to show you how here in a minute. But this is the actual, what's actually going on the production floor. Right now, no presses are in use. Today's OE is 100%, which is good. If we had downtime, the OE would be reflected there. Next critical part is your, this is where administrators can log in to add and remove passwords. Until you remove the default password for admin, you're going to see this screen. It's for security reasons. However, we're going to log in as admin because it's easier than the TattleTale secret password. Okay, so we're logged in as administrator, user level 0. If I wanted to change this password, I'm not going to change it. I'm going to leave it the same, but you could change it. Just to show you how to update the existing. Of course, looks like it should tell me that passwords do not match. That's good. So that's working. Here's the critical part that the administrator has to do. If you don't change this, you could be assigning people to the administrator group accidentally. Of course, you don't want that to happen. So we're going to update the admin password. It doesn't match again, so we have to make a match. So maybe I misspelled the first one. There you go. Here it says, please confirm the user update information. Updating the user admin, which is this, to the administrator group. This is critical. Because if I put to maintenance technician, the administrator would no longer be able to log in to make changes. That's why we have the default TattleTale one. So if you run into any trouble, we can get it back for you, put you back. So it says here the update was successful. User has been updated, so that's good. Now we are going to add a new user. Add a new user. Again, you got your groups here. Probably be best to select your group first. We're going to call it a PM employee. And we're going to call it John Doe. You can have whatever usernames you want. And we're going to just make his password John Doe because we're going to delete it anyway. So his password is John Doe. Password is John Doe. Of course, John Doe is the only one that knows his password, and the administrator. We're going to click Add New User. Please confirm the user information. You're adding John Doe to the PM employee group. If that's what you want, press OK. If not, press Cancel. Confirms that the user's been successfully added. John Doe has been added to the PM group. To the PM employee group. I'll click OK, and now we're going to delete John Doe. It's important to let you know that you cannot delete the administrator. I'll show you that right now. TattleTale admin may not be deleted. You can delete admin, but do so cautiously because once you delete them, so we're going to delete John Doe. Now I didn't put another screen in there, but you can see his username is gone. He's no longer in the group. So This is basically just for your administrating group. Have to be an access level of 0 to make changes. So at this point, we're going to close. Okay, so now our CMMS options. As for CMMS options, you have to be at least an admin. You have to be at least a manager, which we looked at back there. We don't have a manager right now on the list, so we're going to put the admin password, just because I know the password and it's simple. Once I do that, here a member of management or administration can set up your service type document control numbers, or DCN, which is required in the automotive tier 1, tier 2, and probably a lot of ISO. Here you can put a PM work order DCN. Once you do that, you save your changes. This will now have your new numbers on it. Here's where you can change your hourly rate. We chose an hourly rate of $45 an hour. And if you've seen the reports video, you'll see where that's really kind of critical, because that the number they use to log in your labor for each downtime. We've added printer setup. My printer is an Epson XP820. If you click this list, all of your printers will be listed here. You probably won't have an XP820, but select your default printer, click Save. It saves that printer, so any printing done in the CMMS will be directed to that printer, and you can change that printer if you need to. This was an important add-on. Right now, all TattleTale systems are logged in as TattleTale102 at Outlook.com, and it has a password for Outlook.com. You can change this to match your internal servers, and we did that just for that reason, because you may not want to use TattleTale. You might want to use yourcompany.com. So we got to enable SSL, which 90% of the servers do use SSL, but just in case yours don't, you can uncheck that. Here's your server port. Outlook uses 587, Gmail uses 587. Yours may use port 25. A lot of internal servers use 25 and 110 for SMT and POP3. You can change your login credentials, and I recommend before you save it, you enter a valid email address and test it. Make sure your settings are correct. If for some reason you did change them, you could always hit reset defaults, and it will go back to the default settings, which I believe ours is Gmail. Yeah, the original was set up for Gmail, but Gmail added security, and it got to be a pain in the butt, so that's why we allowed this change to be made by the end user. Okay, that covers that. Anytime you run into a problem, click the Help button. It'll open your browser. This is a cool feature here. You can click here for email support. These will take you to any of your main headings, your server help, your server software help, your CMMS software help, whatever. This is kind of cool here. Click the Help button, and there's help buttons on almost every page, if not every page. And this is where you can send your problem or issue directly to us. First and last name is required. Email address is required, and of course the issue. This is to protect from robots. So you have to type in road, all capital letters, space, Caribou Road, capital C, all lowercase, space, capital R, capital D, and then just hit get help, and it will send that directly to us. And as you can see, it's in almost all of the help files. This particular one is the get help on close PM work orders. Goes pretty thorough step by step, and again, you have your help button at the bottom. Most pages will have it. If not, then just find one that does. So we're going to close that down. Okay, so next is the Message Center. The Message Center, of course, you must be a member of management or higher. HR can do it. Administrator can do it. Again, we're going to log in every time we want to make a change that can affect anybody. We make you log in for security reasons. As we said earlier, that this little text down here, we can change that here in the Message Center. Of course, we got to log in. Again, you got to be at least a manager. And password for that. Admin. We're going to log in. If you log in wrong, it won't bring you to this next screen. And the next screen, we're going to say, let's put meeting canceled. 1 p.m. meeting has been canceled. Okay. So, of course, we want to close this after we're done. But if you didn't want to close it, you could uncheck that. So, or if you wanted to just cancel, you could just put close the Message Center, and that message won't be sent to the server. So when I click this button, it sends a message to the server. As you can see, it instantly picks it up. And down at the bottom, it now says the 1 p.m. meeting has been canceled. So that's kind of it for this. And so we're going to do a little work on the server before we do the video, before we do the next videos. The next videos will be specifically for the server side, which is pretty complex. However, once you set it up, you don't have to mess with it anymore. Thank you, and have a good day.